Okay, so assignment 1.1, but this time on the laptop or on a desktop computer, not using your iPad. If you're using an iPad, go and look at the other video. Okay, so assignment 1.1 is all about shopping, and what you need to do is on your laptop, open up Google Classroom and get yourself logged in and get yourself to assignment 1.1. And attached is a shopping list. It might be for you, it might be up the top right as attachments. Instead, I've got the teacher view, which is slightly different. But what will happen is there is a shopping list, a spreadsheet attached, and it looks empty like this one, but it will have your name in the title. So I'm going to go through each of the steps and work through the work. You can pause me, stop me, rewind me to get where you need to be. So that was step 1, to open the sheet. Step 2 is to enter some data. So we've got item, number needed, price, and total cost. Now notice I have entered this into cell A2 and across. I haven't written in A1 at all. I've left a row. It's got plain robe in cell A3. We need 3 of them. We're just going to type £24.99 with no pound signs at the moment. Hat, wand, spell book. What I'm doing is as I'm typing in, I am pressing tab to go across one cell. And I'm pressing enter or return to go down a row once I've finished typing a row. So I'm doing typing and then pressing tab, pressing enter to go to the new row. Just save you a bit of time. Super, that's step 2. So step 3, resize the column widths so that all the data shows. Wow, the only one that needs to maybe go a bit wider is this one here, where number needed is quite tight. So to widen a column or change the width of a column, what you need to do is highlight here, or sorry, put your mouse on the line between the 2 columns and click and drag. You can do that, or you can double click and it will jump to the right width. Okay. So that's how you make it bigger or smaller. Then it says add borders to the cells. So to add borders, we're going to click into cell A2. We're going to click and hold down our mouse in A2, right in the middle here. Holding down my mouse, holding down my mouse, holding down my mouse. And I'm going to drag down to D8 and then I'm going to let go. And it's selected all those cells for me because they've kind of gone a pale blue colour. Then we're going to go up to our toolbar and we're going to find the borders button here, which is like a window. Click on it. And then click again on this one that says all borders. Cool. Now step 4, format any cells containing numbers that relate to money so they show a pound or dollar symbol. Look for the pound or dollar symbol in the toolbar. Okay, so by that I mean these cells here. So what I'm doing is I'm clicking, holding in the middle of the cell and dragging down. In the middle, it's really important that you're doing in the middle of the cell. So highlight just those numbers there, and then we're going to go look in the toolbar and oh, there's a pound sign and it says format as the currency. So we click that. If for any reason you don't have 2 decimal places, then you can press here to increase the number of decimal places and click here to decrease the number of decimal places. Okay. Alright, step 5. In cell D3, write a multiplication formula to work out the cost of 3 plain robes. Okay, so here is our cell D3. Here's the number of plain robes we need. Here is the price of the plain robes. Now, I know that you could probably get a calculator out and do it, but the whole point of this spreadsheet is that the computer does the maths for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to click in cell D3, and then on our keyboard we're going to press the equal sign. And then you're going to take your mouse and you're going to click on cell B3. Then you're going to type an asterisk, which might be Shift and 8, or it might be on the number keypad. Have a look on a keypad. The little star sign, and then we're going to click on cell C3, which has got the price in, and it's created a formula that says equals B3 star C3, which means multiply B3 by C3 and give the answer. So if I now press enter or return on the keyboard, you will notice that it has come up with a total cost. Now, I'm just going to show you one more time rather than doing that to auto suggest. So if, for instance, if we were doing cell D4, we're going to press into D4, and then we're going to press equals on the keyboard, then we're going to click on B4, we're going to type the multiplication sign, which is a star, and then we're going to click on C4 and press enter. And now we've got 2 answers automatically. Okay, step 6, it says use autofill to copy your formula down to cell D8. So rather than doing it for each individual cell, what we can do is we can click on our first one, and you'll notice there is a blue blob in the corner here. If I hover over the blue blob, it makes my mouse into a sort of cross shape. I can click, hold and drag down to jelly beans. Okay, so I was click, hold and drag down. If you're not sure, rewind me, have another look at what I've just done. Okay, but this time we're clicking and holding and dragging the corner. Okay, that has now done all of our sums for us, so we don't need to worry about doing the rest of the multiplications. Step 7, you make a sum formula to add up the values in the cells D3 to D8. Hint, find a funny looking E in the toolbar. So what we're going to do is add all of these up. Now you might be thinking, oh, I'm going to use a lot of plus symbols. No, you're going to use the sum formula. So what you need to do is click in the middle of the cell in D3 and drag down to D8, so the middle this time, not the corner. Okay, and then you're going to go up to the top right of your screen. Now you might have a dot 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 like I have, or you might have this toolbar also here, because you've got a wider screen. If you've got dot dot dot, click on that. If you haven't got dot dot dot, you're looking for this button here, which looks like a funny E. This is the functions button. Click on it and choose sum, which is the first thing in the menu. Okay, it's made a formula now that says equals sum brackets D3 colon, the 2 dots, D8, which means add up, sum up all of these cells. So D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8. Okay, now we can press enter on our keyboard and it's added it up for us. And handily, mine has also made it all into currency with pound symbol, but if it hasn't for yours, what you need to do is just click in the middle, drag down, and then go and press the pound symbol up here again. Okay, step number 8. Rename the tab at the bottom to shopping list. So the tab at the bottom is down here. It says sheet 1 at the moment. We're going to press on that down arrow there, and then we're going to choose rename, and we're going to call it shopping list. Step 9. We're going to right click where the spreadsheet says row 1. So here is row 1 at the top here, on this grey number 1 here. We're going to right click. If you've got 2 mouse buttons, it's the one on the right. If you've only got 1 mouse button or a trackpad and you're on a Mac, you're going to hold down the command key, the CMD key, and press on the trackpad to get your right click up. Oops. Or you might have right click set up. So I've got a right click there, and it comes up with this long menu, and I'm going to choose insert 1 above. Okay, so right click on the number 1, get the menu up and insert 1 above. Okay, number 10, step 10, in cell A1, here we go, write the word shopping list, make it font size 20, so I'm going to click back on cell A1, but I'm not going to double click, just single click, okay, and we're going to go to size 20 here in the toolbar. We've got 24, so what we can do is we can double click into it and just change the font size by typing it in. We're going to choose a font style that we like. The font styles are all here. At the moment it's Arial. We can just choose one of the ones that we like. And we're going to make it bold. Oh, it's already quite bold with that one, but make it more bold. And choose the text colour of dark blue. So the colours for the text is here. So let's choose the blue. Okay. Step 11. The title is probably too big to fit in cell A1 now. Yes, it's kind of burst out here. We need to merge cells A1 to D1. Hint, highlight the cells you want to merge and find the merge cells tool in the toolbar. Okay, so we need to select the cells. So remember, in the middle, we're going to click, hold our mouse button down and then drag. We need to merge cells A1 to D1. So we're going to go all the way across to column D here. So 4 cells, and then I'm going to let go of my mouse. Okay, up in the toolbar, you had the borders button earlier. Next door to it is one called merge cells. You're just going to click there. That's done. Okay, step 12, centre align the title. That means make it sit in the middle. Next door to merge cells is this one here that says horizontal align. If you click on it, it comes up with 3 options. and you've got centre align. Okay, step 13, insert a suitable image into your spreadsheet. Hint, insert menu and image. Okay, so we're going to insert an image over here somewhere. So there's a couple of ways of doing it. I mean, you can go on the internet and copy and paste, but the best way of doing it probably is to click insert up here underneath the title, and then choose image, which is about halfway down, and then choose image over cells. Image over cells. Okay, so you can upload one from the computer if your device has got a camera, but what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way over here to the Google image search, and then we're going to put a search term for something in that's like related. So this is kind of Harry Potter magical, so I'm going to put in Harry Potter. Oh, that's quite nice, a picture there. Just click on it and insert. Now if yours doesn't work, then just do those steps again, go back, pick another picture, because not all of them will necessarily come through. Alright, once you've got a picture in it, if it's a bit big, just click on the picture and then drag the bottom right hand corner to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, and just sit it over here on the top right. Step 14, make titles in cells A3 to D3 bold. So here's A3, here's D3. We're going to select them all at once, so we're going to click and hold in the middle of the cell and drag across to select all 4 of them. Then we're going to make them bold. So we've got the bold here in the toolbar, and we can centre the titles, which we learned how to do earlier, which is over here on the alignment, and we're going to do centre align. Super. That is the end of the main classwork. Now we're going to move on to the exceeding extension part. So for the exceeding extension, what you need to do is you need to add 5 more things to the shopping list. Okay, so the first step you need to do is you need to just click back on cell D10 and just press delete key on the keyboard to get rid of your sum total, because we need to add some more things in. You can make up 5 things, preferably magical related, but it doesn't have to be, such as a cat. Super, now we need to make up some numbers. So let's say we just need the 1 cat. So I'm going to put some prices in now. Oh, let's say the cat is cool. So we need some borders around them as well. And then we need to do some formulas to work out some total costs. Okay, so the formula, to remind you, if you want to, you can go the long way by doing equals. We're going to click on here for the number we need. We're going to do the multiplication symbol, and then we're going to click on the price and press enter. But as Google Sheets is suggesting, you can just use that nice autofill. So you could click on one that you've done earlier, and then click and drag the blue blob in the corner down to finish off all the multiplications. Now you might have noticed that all my new answers and prices don't have the pound sign again. Not typing any pound symbols at all. Now the last step of the extension is to do a new sum total. So we need to add up all of these things and put the answer here. Now remember, don't get your calculator out. It's time to use the computer to do this. So there's a couple of ways of doing it, but my favourite way is to click in the middle of the cell and drag, holding down to select all the things I want to add up. Then head up to the top, find the functions button. Remember, it might be under the dot dot dot, and choose sum. And your formula will now be equals sum brackets D4 colon D14. So add up all the things from D4 to 14. And I'm going to press enter. And there's my grand total. Super. Now I can hand my work in on the assignment. So I'm going to go to the assignment and I'm going to tap mark as done or hand in, whichever it says. And then I'm going to head over to the extras page on the course, which looks, will probably look something like this at the moment at the bottom, and choose something from there.